All right, all right, all right. Let me get an audio check on the mic and the music, please. All right, who we got in here? We got Doji, we got TKO, we got Big Perm. What's up, man? Big Perm, how you doing? I'm gonna wait for a couple more to trickle in. Again, let me know how the audio is in the YouTube chat. I will not be checking the Discord chat. Let me know on the YouTube chat. Sounds good. Okay, perfect. Had that frickin' echo the last couple weeks, and I think I finally figured out what was happening. So we got that taken care of. Let's get right into it on good old Bitcoin. We just had our weekly candle close a minute ago. As you know, if you've been following us the last couple weeks, we've been talking about Wyckoff distribution. There's been some arguments that this might be accumulation, but we have yet to see that jump across the creek that we're looking for. At this point, we're still kind of trickling our way down onto the 91K, maybe 89K area right here. Um, there's no reason to really believe otherwise right now that we're not going to go test that level. Um, as you can see here, there's really no action to be taking on Bitcoin. If you're taking fresh longs here or taking fresh shorts here, there's way too much upside and downside potential to strategize any sort of risk management. So if you're not in, just hang out. The weekly close got a nice spinning top after bearish engulfing with confirmation. You know, it's not ideal of what we want to see. We're getting oversold on our HSI. We're still above 50 on our RSI, so those are good signs. Let's head on over to the harmonic patterns for the weekly, monthly. Right. So we're still waiting for that cup and handle target eventually. That's the only thing keeping me bullish right now is we haven't got that yet. We're still waiting for that cup and handle target. Here's what happened though on this last bearish HSI dot though. We printed our line, we've retested it for 2 weeks in a row. We've just been chopping people to death back and forth here. Again, HSI does not look like it's turning around yet. RSI is still high. It's quite a coin flip right now if you're not in the market. Let's take a peek at total. Total market cap, though, kind of tells an interesting story compared to Bitcoin. You know, you have your high over here from November 2021, and look what market participants are doing. Look at what they're doing. They're holding it as support over and over again. We're coming back over here. We're just riding that 50 HSI or RSI area. Again, it looks like we might have a week or two for the HSI to turn around, or we could even dip a little bit lower, fill in this wick at 2.8 trillion. But as of right now, what we would like to see, since we triggered this arrow here, we want to see some sort of retest here and get our dot for confirmation. All the framework is not here yet for total to go down. So that's what's keeping us, you know, sensibly bullish while things are still looking bearish. That's what's still keeping me from getting rid of all my long bags right now. Don't act like you don't know, and don't act like you know. If that makes sense. Let's take a look at ETH. ETH is getting kind of to this crazy level, man. This angular demand line that we've been talking about for I don't even know how long, but it goes all the way back to June of 2022. And during that massive liquidation event that we had a couple weeks ago, you know, you had your wick down there, but look at what people did. your market participants instantaneously defended that line. Take a look on the hourly here because there's some decent action on Ethereum right now on the hourly. Yeah, I mean, if we can get this target 2 like the software is wanting, just so happens to be a 618 and that old retrace or that old support resistance level on the weekly. Ethereum has some hope here. The thing is, though, if we end up making yet another lower high and failing this demand line, your next real area of support here is right there between 1900 and 2100. So if we fail this line, look for it in this area, and we'll come back to that if it ever goes there. Let's take a look at some stocks on the weekly while we are in here. Also, if you have any requests for anyone that's in here live, go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll take a peek at those. Let's take a peek at Tesla. Been on this train for a while. We've been looking for Pyth. Let's see here. No, I want it on NASDAQ. For some reason it was on crypto. Yeah, this is what we're looking for here on the daily and the weekly here. So all along we've been looking for this target 1 to hit, right? And we finally got it. We've been streaming about Tesla ever since it was way up here in the high 400s. And we've been waiting for target 1 to buy in. My first buy of 335 did hit. I am still waiting for my other 3 buys to hit. If they don't, great. If they do, great. But right now, as I'm going to try to play Tesla here, my thought process kind of goes like this. Come back to the terminal to get your T2 symbol, and then maybe we try to go for it. Or what happens is we print a dot, end up back checking the dot and end up breaking it and just blowing out the pattern altogether. Now we've seen that before on other cases where these patterns blow out, they have pretty significant consequences. I forget which one it was earlier. Might have been Peanut of all things. We were looking at this as an example. Yeah, it was Peanut. So instead of going to the target 1, what happened when you printed that dot? What happened? You got invalidated within an hour. So this is what happens when those patterns blow out. And I'm kind of expecting Tesla to do something like that after it hits a target 1 retest, which, as you saw, we already did. I mean, Peanut, it's garbage on every other time frame, so just kind of ignore it. I might have gotten a long position, but don't follow what I do on Peanut. Trump coin, I don't know, a lot of people are interested in that one on the weekly. That's the second the second lowest weekly candle close of all time. If we go to the daily, though, we have some interesting structure trying to happen here. I think it was actually on the 4-hour where it was most interesting to me. What we have here, I'm sorry if you can hear my kid crying in the background, but it is what it is. You're trying to stream and then this shit happens. That first wick, it hit the 886, and then what happened from there? You start making higher lows, your indicators start making higher lows, both of them. One can argue that this is a good area to accumulate Trump coin in the $15-16 area. But it's that weekly, man. You're still not turned around on the weekly. That's the second lowest close of all time. I mean, just kind of tread with caution, but with everything that's happening with these executive orders and Trump and Doge and Elon and all that garbage, I'd buy some meme coins that are related to the top dogs like Trump and Elon. Speaking of which, we're going to take a look at Doge here. Really not a good weekly back test of that wick. We are still above this last peak though. That's really good. Do we see 20 cents again? I wouldn't be surprised if it did something like that. At the same time, though, if BTC decides to fail, you got a point of control right there at 14 cents, which I know people don't like to talk about that right now, but I mean, just look at this area all the way back from history. 13, 14 cents. It was a huge area. It wouldn't be weird if we go retest it. A lot of open space right here. It's not going to happen if BTC doesn't fall below 91K though. BTC has to literally tank below 91K to get that to happen. If not, we might get that 22 cent smack again, but not waiting for those low numbers until 91K is broken on BTC. Hold me to that. I know another one was that people are looking at is Elon. Yeah, we'll skip that one for now. What we're gonna do, we're gonna look at Walmart because this weekly candle close on Walmart. I was looking at this and I'm like, is this the end? Or are we just gonna get some sort of insane, you know, scenario where that was the back test? What if that was it? The reason why I'm saying that is because on other stocks like the QQQ, you go to the 5 minute on closing day, and you're just looking here, and the volume on that last 5 minute candle, the very last 5 minutes before close, once this giant bat pattern completed, all of a sudden everybody bought in right there. So what do we need here? Let's get a target one. Let's get something like this and keep going with the QQQ. Bring everything else up with it. Let's take a look at Verizon. Verizon's looking pretty interesting on this weekly candle. I haven't looked at this since last week, but yeah, we broke that OB line and now we're breaking the bearish HSI line. And look at that, we closed above the terminal bar on the pattern. So the sun icon right here, this was the original pattern completion candle right here. So that's where your terminal line comes in. Oh man, that's going to be interesting. Is it the ultimate spot to short? Or are we about to break the heck out of that this week? Stay tuned. Follow me for more. Let's take a look at some of our biggest gainers and losers for today. Oh man, Coinbase on the weekly. I mean, I know it's not today, but that's not good. That's not a great candle close right there. And if Coinbase is looking like that, then what's crypto gonna do? But you got this completion of the bat pattern here. You got your indicators pointing down still and below 50. You haven't hit T1 yet. Yeah. Weekly, I would expect some follow through here. Downwards. Let's see. Bonk. Take a look at Bonk. I think, yeah, we must have went over this in the trade setups or something, because obviously this is set up from who knows where or what. But yeah, I mean, you can obviously one can see how you would play this. You have your local lows and wicks here, and then market participants confirm this zone right here. You know, they got violated quite a lot, twice. But look what's happening. You got a double bottom with divergence on your RSI, and you got an impulsive bottom on your HSI. And the HSI bottomed a month ago, or not a month ago. This is the 3-day chart. Like 10 days ago, 12 days ago, the the 3-day HSI bottomed. The daily is looking something like this. You know, you had your crab pattern fully execute, which is great. At that point, you're just looking for your next dot to print so you can ride the next leg up. So this is what happens with these bearish patterns once they spill over. You know, you're looking for something like this. You look for something like this, and then you trade the C to D leg. You know, this leg right here, C to D. So that's what your ultimate long position is looking for. You know, you got your 618, which is right there. You got your 786, which is about here. And then you can shoot for the moon and go for the 886 up there. You know, pick your targets. Those C to D legs can make you quite a lot of money. But yeah, loading, please wait. Give me it. I think I have some bonk. I need to look. How much bonk do I have? Not a ton. Maybe we should be picking up some more soon. But yeah, right now, currently my sentiment, um, still not looking for the 76K, 72K, whatever area people are calling for until we break 91K. Actually break that 91, 89K area to convince me that we're going that low. Until then, I'm going to continue picking up altcoins in these incredible areas of value. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. That's what the stops are for. If I'm wrong, I'll you know, we'll try bonk again down here. That looks good. What is that? Another 30% down. You know, if BTC decides to actually go to the 70s, yeah, let's pick it up down there. But there's not enough information for that yet. Just not. Uh, Rune was another popular one that we were looking for a reversal, and I mean, we're getting it. We didn't get down to the hop like we wanted, but we're getting our reversal. Um, Shit though, I mean, HSI overheated again. I wonder if it's just gonna be like you know, like a scenario where you know you hit the hop and you do your spring back test because we haven't had an oversold signal yet on this. That's what I've been waiting for. I haven't bought any Rune yet. I've been waiting for it down at 70 cents. I know it seems ridiculous from here, but the hop is the hop. It's down another 50%. Take the emotion right out of it. You want to buy at deep value? Look for signals down near the hop. Take a look at TIA. TIA on the weekly. This has been posted in the trade setup like 100 times. Really nice weekly candle. Got your oversold signal. Textbook would tell you to wait for the dot on the weekly, so we need to retest here. Some sort of, you know, double bottom situation with higher lows. Then I'm gonna put this gray line right here. Let me make that a little bit more obvious. But yeah, give me a dot and a bottoming structure above 289 on TIA. on the weekly, and that'll be the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. However, I'm not gonna lie to you, say I'm not long. You know, I'm already in it. I prematurely have been buying, but I can't wait. That's bad teaching, though. You guys should definitely wait. Patience is the game. Um, Another one that was posted up. Let's talk about ACH, just so you can see the value in joining the Discord. So I posted this one for free on Valentine's Day, just to get some community action, spread some community love, and try to help people make some money. I know some people's significant others probably want a diamond ring. You know, you could have put some money in and bought something nice for him or her, but literally Valentine's Day, right here, is when we were talking about it. Um, what's happened since then, you know? So why did I post this? Let's talk about why I posted it. You had your HSI making higher lows, and you had your RSI with this complex bottoming shape. You had two oversold arrows, and then you had two oversold confirmation dots. And then, you know what happens? You test the dot, sellers had no follow through, yet indicators are going up even though price action is going down. That's divergence. And then what happens is all the shorts get obliterated that were, you know, betting on this thing going lower. We back test it and then we run. Um, you know, it ended up going up 62% in 6 days. You know, if you would have put in 10 grand, that would have been $6,200 in a week. Um, yeah, long story short though, just join the Discord. You'll get freebies like this every once in a while. Make some money with us. Hang out, talk shit. There's got to be some more requests. Um, what else should we look at here? Got the Moo Crew in the house. Hell yeah. All right. Take a peek at Moo Dang. Wow, that 12 hour actually looks pretty good. So this line here is actually my average. And you can see we kind of made a hammer candle on that line, and we're trying to catch some follow through here on the 12 hour. Uh, yeah, interesting. Nice bottoming structure on the 12 hour. The daily, you know, you got that piercing candle with your back test. HSI is really heated though, you know, it's really heated. If we end up getting that overbought arrow right here, like if all we have to do is get back below this red line here on HSI, and then it's an overbought confirmation. We don't want to see an overbought confirmation this low. Makes sense? Like look at our last one. Look what happened last time we got one. So you got chop death, price went up 37%, and then it ended up going down 83%. We don't want to see an oversold arrow right now. You know, we want we want another dot, or we want to recapture this dot and treat it as support instead. Um, it's got some work to do, but things are looking hopeful. See, 4 hour, you already got your overbought confirmations. That's not fantastic. That's not fantastic. Yeah. Let's go lower. Let's go deeper to the hourly. And, you know, just another example of what I want to see Tesla do, or these other big patterns on the weekly on big tech stocks or something like that. You know, You come down here, you hit the XA or the tier one or something like that, and then you get your oversold confirmation, and then you blow it out. Um, Mudang, man, give me some more information on the weekly. Actually follow through on this thing. Give me another green weekly candle so we can come out of here and print a green arrow on the weekly. I mean, anything in the fives, I'd feel comfortable buying. If it ends up returning to the fives, I'll end up buying some more. But you know, until it fails this range right here, I'm not worried about it. I think this is the bottom until it fails this range. Prove me wrong. Green candles, give it to me. There's a few other ones I wanted to look at, but now I can't remember. It's probably this freaking vape pen. That's the thing about living in Michigan, man. You have dispensaries around like crazy. They're almost as popular as gas stations. You literally go around town and there's weed shops. They're just like liquor stores, gas stations, whatever, come get your weed. But like I was saying though, they take these cartridges and they'll sell them to you for really cheap. You're allowed to walk away with up to 15 grams of concentrate per visit. So they'll sell you 15 grams of concentrate for $100. And then all you have to do to get more is walk out the door and walk back in, and you can get another 15 grams. Man, I remember, back in the day, back in high school, there'd be some really sketchy shit to get your weed. Probably shouldn't talk about this on YouTube, but just reminiscing. Pie. We'll take a look at MEXC. Uh, what's that? Need more data. Pie. Futures? No. Is there a decent feed on Pi that anybody knows about? Because man, I can't really do anything with that. All I can say is leverage traders get destroyed. It went down 72% and then it went up 180%. So good luck shorting or longing it. uh, I suppose we can get spicy and like go down to the 15-minute or something, but obviously you got what is a short squeeze. You have these bearish HSI dots print, right? And then look what price action does. You hit it, look at that volume. Everybody and their mother sold right there. So they're like, okay, we're gonna take a bunch of shorts right here. But look what happened on the second test. Nobody took shorts. The volume is weak in comparison. Nobody took those shorts out. And then what happens? You get an oversold arrow, higher low, higher low, higher low, oversold, yet you're a higher low. It's only going to make sense that you come up and break this area and squeeze out the shorts. You know what I mean? Comprende? Uh, as for taking action here, I mean, I know I just said that it squeezed out all the shorts, but I mean, look at where it's at though. That's a really good argument to go short. your HSI is cooked, your RSI is cooked. That's a close one, right? Oh, 5 minute has shark. Look at that volume on the shark pattern there. Yeah, not gonna lie, if I'm bored tonight, I might play this, in this area. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I think I have, but there's this area called hop to stop. So you have your terminal to your OB. So you're gonna measure that, and then you stick that above your hop. So now you have your stop. We're gonna make the stop red. So green is going to be your short box. Let's make it red because it's going to be a short box, right? So this is where you aim to go short on this. This is going to be your least risky area because your stop is going to be at 170. But if one wanted to, you could average your way into shorts between 162 and 170 and then try to play it to T1 here at a buck 48. Now, I know it's just a 5 minute, but that's a 12%, 13% drop. You do that on 5x, and then suddenly it's a 70% trade. You know? Shit tastes just like watermelon. So good. Any other requests? Also, if you want to see this pie trade play out, see if I'm right or wrong and you're not in the Discord, feel free to join the Discord. I will post and I will tell you if I am wrong. I'm not, I won't say like, oh, but I said this or that. No, I'll admit if I'm wrong. So will my stop loss. My stop loss admits that for me. Uh, okay, let's go to Mara on the Nasdaq weekly. Man, that's some garbage price action, dude. Excuse me. Yeah, so you have four tests. You've had 2 years to get, you've had 2 years to get on Mara. Let me just look at the macro here too. Um, look at this. You got your high to low, and look what is happening here. You got up to your 618 at $24.11, and market to participants dumped it, dumped it, dumped it, and dumped it some more. And now we're back below the 50. See that? Not only are we back below the 50, but it's after, you got two oversold situations with two oversold confirmations, and there's actually, if you look close, there's a third red arrow hiding behind that dot. Um, so this weekly chart has been very suggestive to sell at $24, $25. Even that volume too, like this candle right here, that wick, boom, huge volume. Second, first, okay, let me restart. Let me start that sentence over. The three biggest weekly volume candles in history are all distribution. So it's not fantastic signs. Your RSI and HSI still hasn't gotten to oversold territory yet. What do we want to see here out of this? You know, it's kind of hard to kind of hard to make a harmonic pattern out of this. I'm not really seeing anything. However, you have your 236 and your 382, $7 to $11. Let's continue to look for that area. And let's just see, what this happens to be. So the 618, yeah, $7. Um, yeah, yep. Let's talk about Mara again at $7 to $10. Can't even believe I'm saying that. And it was at $100 just a few years ago. 90% down. Unreal. We'll take a look at one for the big perm, man. I'm gonna need a picture of that perm. Post it in the Discord. Yeah, I mean, we've looked at one before. Um, Honestly, I can't remember if it's a trade setup. Let me look at my holdings, and I will tell you right now. Da, 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 da. Yep, so it was a trade setup. We are currently in at 1.4 cents. So we got in at the back test uh, of that angular on the weekly. Really nice stuff here. Looks like a dragon pattern to me. You got your feet, and then the head is up here, and yada yada. You've seen it all. We're making the tail right now. We had our amazing breakout right there, and we're working on our third higher low on the weekly. If I could quit screwing around with these lines. But not only is this at an amazing area of value from history, not only is it breaking this supply line, not only is it retesting this demand zone as support, not only is it making consecutive higher highs and higher lows, but it is also working on its third valley on a rising three valleys after being oversold on the HSI. That's why we like Harmony. That's why it was in the trade setups. There's a lot of ingredients here for a good trade, you know? And I didn't know what color to make the lights behind me today either, because we've been sideways for a month. Can't make it red, can't make it green. We can do like disco colors though. I don't know. I broke it. All right. Well, any more requests? See, well, I'll go over another one that looks kind of like this before this happened. I'll give you guys another freebie, right? I posted about this one called Kava. It hasn't happened yet. You got your weekly supply line right here. You got your 1 foot. We're working on our 2nd foot. But look what's happening here. You had the lowest level from history back on the COVID low, and then I'm gonna zoom in on that for you just to show you. So we couldn't even get to it, and then we get an oversold confirmation, and we blast off, and then we recapture this other level from history here. So anywhere between here and 38 cents, we are looking for a massive upswing on Kava. You can draw your C to D leg kind of like this. Let's get a 618. Or no, let's just go all the way to 886, and for the tendies right there. $9.34 from 40 cents. How crazy would that be? The reason why I think this one actually might be able to do it is because on a lot of different DeFi wallets, you can stake this. I've been staking Kava in my Trust wallet, and I'm grandfathered in at 70% rate from back from 2022. So I don't really plan on ever selling my Kava in that Trust wallet account because I'm just getting an insane rate back on it, right? Why would you not want 70% more crypto? Let's go to Ondo. Well, yeah, I mean, you guys can see how one could play Kava, right? Ondo. I can't remember if this one was a trade setup or not. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. The weekly though, it's been respecting that bearish HSI dot. You know, you've been testing it, and now you're falling away. Your RSI is below 50. Your HSI isn't oversold yet. Kind of looking at this area right there. You know, give me an arrow or a dot between 88 and $1. Needs a little bit of work on the weekly. Let's check out the daily. The daily's getting close. The daily's getting close. You know, we got our oversold confirmation and we've had one green candle since then. All we need now is one more green candle and we get our yellow dot. So once we get our one more yellow dot, you know, it could come the next candle. We could get 4 or 5 bearish candles in a row and then our next green candle. But what we are looking for is the next dot. Give me the dot. I'm going to keep that right there. Remind me next week to look at Ondo, please. Because I would like to see, you know, it seems like after 7 days you would get one more green candle, right? But who knows? Pyth. Actually working on a overbought confirmation right now. Not fantastic. Let's look at history a little bit. Yeah, honestly, that's not what you like to see. You know, you had support, 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 and then it clearly broke it. Um, and then it tested it as resistance and tested it as resistance. And now we are confirming that buyers are exhausted at resistance. Not only that, but you have divergence on your RSI and technically I'm sorry, divergence on your HSI and on your RSI. Very little on the RSI, but pretty major on the HSI. Not fantastic. Could we just make a higher low and bust out? Absolutely. Absolutely. But one could literally play this as a short. Let me explain. You put your stop above that last wick. You know, maybe put that there. We'll make a second target, third target. You know, you could literally short it something like this with a 2.5 to 1 risk reward, 3.5 to 1, and a 4 to 1. So not spectacular gains, but it's not looking good for fresh longs. What you would want to see is a double bottom situation down there. Hate to say it, but we got some work to do on Pyth. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Absolutely. We could break out of this tomorrow and head straight back up to new all-time highs or whatever. But you know, the data at hand, the trend, man, the trend is your friend in most cases. That's one of the most powerful things. And you know, disregarding some wicks and some candle closes, you're basically just in a downsloping channel for the entirety of its existence. And if you draw a line right in the middle of that, you can see the heart line respect here, 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 and now here. Yeah. Not out here to hurt feelings and say something's going down because I hate it or whatever, but it doesn't look good for longs. It does not. Don't long Pyth. That's my advice. Just kidding, I don't offer advice on this channel. BTC dominance, that's another one. I did want to look at that one. Thank you for reminding me. The other one too is ETH BTC was the other one. Last week I posted that if I could short BTC dominance, I would at this red line. You can kind of see why. We had, you know, same sort of top scenario. You had your massive wick here. You've got divergence on your indicators. You've got a decline in volume. It'd be really nice to see BTC go back to its home at 53%. It'd be nice. It's not breaking down how I want it though. I'm gonna go ahead and say that now. It's not going down nearly as fast as I want it to. You know what I mean? You know, you expect it to hit and then the follow through to just be wild with how these indicators look. You know, your RSI is below 50, your HSI is below 50. It's time for some follow through. I kind of am hoping that BTC dominance breaks this angular line here and we go into what I call floor discovery. Where's the new floor at? Give it to me. Let alts run for a while. Alts are so cooked, they need to run. BTC ETH. No. ETH BTC is what I meant to say. We're going to take a peek at the monthly because this is where it gets really interesting. We had a Gartley on the monthly complete. Obviously our hop level is a bit down yet. This white line here is when it became unmineable. Look at that, just destroyed the value of ETH. That monthly candle though is looking kind of crazy though, ain't it? You have a retest of some pretty serious levels. You know, you had these candles back from March of 16. You had this wick from September of 16. You had a wick from December of 17. You know, price action has been respecting this area quite a bit. And this monthly candle has recaptured over 60% of its value. It's a pretty big deal. The weekly is looking like this. You got a giant bat pattern here. Again, the hop is very low. You know, if BTC ends up going to 77K, you can bet that hop will hit and Ethereum will be destroyed. Absolutely cooked. We don't want to see this terminal line broken, and we don't want to see T2 of this pattern here broken, and we don't want to see this red line from history broken. Make sense? Makes sense. Let's go on the daily. It's definitely trying to make some sort of bottoming structure here. Your RSI and your HSI are above 50 clearly, and they're not overcooked yet. Obviously, if you were trading this pattern on the daily, your hop to stop, you would have gotten stopped for sure. At this point, the textbook would tell you to wait for a new dot. Wait for a new oversold situation, which kind of crazy that we didn't get some sort of oversold signal down here. Gonna have to look for it a little bit more. I mean, on the 8 hour, that 8 hour is beautiful actually. You know, you got your dot, and look at this price action on the dot. Hopefully we hold that and we just continue. All right. What else? Anything else? All right, well, just a couple quick messages to wrap everything up. I want to say congratulations and thank you to Doji for joining the Patreon. Also, thank you to the guy for his second month of subscribing to the Patreon. I would also like to give a shout out to TKO for being the new promoted hype man of the Discord. He's going to be just that's it. He's going to be the hype man. He's going to be spreading the love around and making sure everybody's hyped up and posting memes for us to laugh at and stuff like that. And then also we got over 100 members of our Discord just recently in the last 24 hours. So big news this week, you know, good things. Um, Total 3. We'll look at Total 3 real quick before we sign off. It's kind of the same sort of scenario on the 8 hour. You're riding that line. The daily, though, let's take a look at the daily. That's what I'm most interested in because we got our T2 signal to flash down here, but we're not really catching any follow through yet. You know, we could potentially be facing another 25% down on altcoin market, but we have to fail this dot first. And it's just not looking like it's happening yet because we got a, you know, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low on our HSI. Same thing with our RSI. Yep. I need more data. I need more data. 3 day looks good. We actually retested our HSI arrow on the last 3 day candle. So all we need now is two more green 3 day candles and we are going to have a new dot. Man, you guys remember this stuff back way back here? How we were all just hanging out in the discords, just buying, buying, buying. If only we had the software back then, because like, man, this 3 day bat pattern, imagine if you would have just set your buys at the hop and walked away. And you know, it looks like, oh, I would have barely caught it, you know, blah blah blah. But look at we're on the 3 day here. You would have had 9 days to buy the dip. You would have had 9 days to buy the dip. Exactly at the hop. Just wild how good this software is. And just so you know, that generates like as soon as this pattern completes on this bar, all of these other lines generate. So, and that's what I mean. Like, the hop is the biggest area of value that you can get. And if you fail that area, you're probably going to much, much lower prices anyways. All right. Any like educational questions on the software? Do you guys have questions on the software or how to do harmonic patterns or anything like that I can help teach? Is the music too loud? Yeah, I really like this harmonic software. It's been teaching me how to be more patient. Obviously you can have a background in technical analysis, but if you're not patient and if you don't keep a level head, then obviously you're not going to be a good trader. Uh, it's mostly psychological, to be honest with you. But the software helps take the emotion right out of it. Um, and Also, anybody that is still listening, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do our first giveaway. Everybody that is still listening, um, type "we're going to fucking zero" if you want a free BTC hat. First one to do it wins. And also, if you haven't already, get with the software. It's good stuff. BTC absolutely flat for the first hour. Interesting though, right? Like, what if this is a start to some sort of Adam and Eve pattern on the I don't think that Adam is deep enough though. Usually you like to see at least like a 50. Almost did it. Huh. I guess nobody wants a free hat. Oh well. Any other last minute requests? This software I speak of is the harmonic trading software. So it comes with its own custom indicators, which is your HSI here and amplified RSI. So amplified RSI goes candle by candle instead of taking an average, so you can see exactly what things are doing at support and resistance levels. And then it also generates those patterns for you, so you don't have to draw them, measure stuff. It just takes a lot of time to actually measure that stuff out. And it also posts those arrows and dots for you as well, letting you know that things are oversold and overbought. And I mean, honestly, there's kind of a lot to the software. My suggestion is just to get it and start tinkering around with it. Um, it if you go to Harmonic Trader on YouTube and hit up Scott Carney, he is the godfather of harmonic patterns. Watch some of his videos on how to use it, and if you join his Discord and email him, he should give you a 2-week free trial in most cases, as long as you're not a asshole about it. Um, that's how I ended up getting mine. I just ended up getting a free trial of it through him. So And then I bought it because I liked it so much. I saw the value. All right, well, I think that's it for tonight. We will see you all next Sunday. If not, in the Discord. Join the Discord or get destroyed.